ideas about life, about love. I mean, it was just unbelievable. Um, it says my size limit on this video was reached. I've only been doing it 30 minutes. I mean, I was going to upload this to YouTube. I might have to do it in 2 parts and try to edit it somehow. But when that happened, man, oh my God. So I want to try to get to my point here. Um, is that I started getting into meditation and yoga and hours and hours on the mat. Uh, an hour a day on my meditation cushion. I was doing Zen meditation, and, insight meditation, and mindfulness techniques, and just witnessing, and doing a lot of spiritual practice. My whole life was just completely laser focused on spirituality and living this profound, deep truth, and living in this awareness. And I started giving talks, around AA and NA, and just blowing people's minds, and but this is what I really want to get to is when you look at my behavior, okay. I was introduced to New Age, mysticism, metaphysics. My sponsor, the book he suggested was Emmett Fox, Sermon on the Mount, and I was my partner and I started going to Unity Church and doing a Course in Miracles. We took a prosperity course that Marianne Williamson did. Joe Dispenza, David Icke, Abraham Hicks, Muji, Sadhguru, it just all of these teachers. So much information, like there's so much out there. But when you look at my life, when you look at my behavior, when you really go into the heart of the matter, I didn't really think that much was changed other than my perspective and ideas. I was still falling into a lot of old patterns and behaviors, and could very easily see myself in the same type of situation that the rest of these influencers I've been talking about. I'm not immune, and let me tell you how, like, why. And it's because of if you want to call it a spiritual bypass, that's one term. But what it was my spiritual transformation happened in the head. It was all ideas. And it was all like spiritual platitudes. and ideals. And it created a new spiritual ego, a new spiritual Adam. And so the question becomes is how do you make that all important journey, that 14-inch journey from the head to the heart? And I ran into Sufism. There was a lady at Unity Church that did Dances of Universal Peace and introduced me to Perzia Anayat Khan, and the Inayati order was coming up from New York to their foundation was moving here to Richmond. And Sufism is a religion of love. Okay, it is a, I wouldn't even call it a religion. It is a way of entering into the heart and getting into the heart and transforming through the power of love. And there is no one path. They believe that all prophets are one lineage. And this really appealed to me because, I wanted something with more meat on its bones than just these ideas. And when I started to do some Sufi practices through heart meditation, it was even more emotion, more sentimental, more powerful, but still something missing. And then, I thought through the 12 steps, doing a 4th step and a 5th step, I had healed. I had admitted my sins. I had told my deepest, darkest secrets. I had shared, most of my trauma, been embarrassed enough to get over the ego, so-called. But when I got into this Kundalini awakening class, and I started doing some of these holotropic breath work stuff, pranayama, and I started having some of these flashbacks of things that happened to me and experiences that I had that were not pleasant and that brought up a lot of shame and guilt, and I really needed to figure out what was going on here, because the shadow was still very much there. And I thought by acknowledging and being aware of this, that was integration. But it turns out that awareness is not integration, and healing doesn't happen through the head. It doesn't even happen through the heart. Healing happens through the body. When you read The Body Keeps the Score, you look at all the latest neuroscience, polyvagal theory by Stephen Porges, all of the latest research clearly indicates that trauma is trapped and stored in the body. That's why when you see animals in the wild nearly escape death or something traumatic, they shake it out, and that's what they're doing. They're shaking out the trauma. That's why the body naturally, if a bomb goes off near you in war, a soldier will just shake. But humans have this innate capacity to shut that off and shove it down. Because most of us learned very early that feelings and emotions are dangerous. And, in order to survive and be safe, we have to pretend or shove our feelings down. So this is the key right here. This is the why. Why do all these influencers and teachers continue to stay in these negative patterns and harm people? And you see all these stories of abuse and violence and rape and all kinds of stuff, because they have not healed their trauma. They have not healed their nervous system. They have not gone deep into the body. Okay? And this is like the latest cutting edge science too. So it's fairly new. So I think that this new type of spirituality that is necessary to come forth for everybody to heal is this somatic practice, these new depth psychologists, psychotherapists, Peter Levine, Stephen Porges, Gabor Mate, The Wisdom of Trauma, Jeff Brown, Matt Licata. These are the pioneers. These are the ones that are actually healthy, masculine, spiritual beings that are present and safe enough to come into balance with the divine feminine. That's obviously the whole problem, is the patriarchal misogyny that has not allowed the feminine to lead us into this new paradigm. Because it is, like Persea Anayat Khan, in one of his talks about the second coming of Christ. I'll end with this. There's an indigenous story about a bird whose the one wing is the masculine and the other wing is the feminine. And we've been trying to fly on the masculine wing for centuries and just keep going in circles, the negative patterns we see over and over again, because the masculine has not healed. We keep trying to dominate, power, and control, and you see where that gets us. A very divided, negative, violent place. So as we heal and we're able to be a safe container for that other wing, the feminine wing, to come into balance, then we can fly free. Then we can fly free. Okay? Then we can transform. But we have to heal first. And the answer, I believe, is somatic practice through the body. Thank you.